Hi everyone, welcome to Tuesday's Tips with Laurie. I today wanted to talk about stabilizers. Before we get to stabilizers, the first thing, we've had a lot of questions on whether or where to find some of the past Tuesday Tips with Laurie. If you go to Facebook, Kimber Bell's Facebook page, that is where they are located right now. We are working on getting them onto other social medias as well. I noticed as I was preparing, I don't know if you noticed, I'm wearing stripes again. I was wearing them last Tuesday. So I want to take a poll. I want to know how many of you out there are stripes people like me, or polka dot people, or neither. It seems like they seem to be one or the other. Just let me know whether you're a stripe, polka dot, or neither, both clothing-wise, and I tend to carry it over into my fabrics. So I started looking at all my fabrics at home. Most of them are stripes. Anyway, curious to know how many of you out there are which kind of flavor you have. To start with, I wanted to go through each stabilizer bottom to top and talk about where or when you would use these different kinds of stabilizers. So the first stabilizer looks kind of like a saran wrap. It's clear see-through. And this stabilizer is best used on the top of a terry cloth or other towel that has a nap, something that has a nap. So you would hoop it on the top part of your hoop. And I do have a little hoop here for a demonstration later. So you would hoop it inside the hoop on the top, and that's to hold the nap down so that you have a really pretty finish project. And you would most typically use that with another wash away. These are both dissolved by water. So that's, you can call it dissolved, wash away, water soluble. There's a lot of terms you can use for that. The second one is that we have here is our Cutaway. We have the medium weight Cutaway. You can get a lightweight and a heavyweight. The heavyweight would be for really durable type projects. But I would use this medium Cutaway. We roll it back up. We use on, for example, we use it in our Chanel hot pads, the fruit stand, or the kitchen event. We use those in most of our, anything that you're going to stitch and it's going to stay right in the project and it's going to help with the stability of the project. For example, we also put it in our books, our notebooks, as well as our gratitude journals, and that's something that we would want to use that in. Moving up one more is Tearaway. Now a tearaway would be used whenever you want to stitch something that's probably more simple and you can tear it out. For example, you could use two different stabilizers on this tea towel. Because you don't want to see the stabilizer on the back side, I would use a wash away or a tear away, because you can tear it out when it's done stitching because of all the perforations in the needle. That allows you to tear that away. And someone asked me, how do you tell the difference between a tear away and cutaway, because they feel kind of similar. Some of the tearaways feel more like a paper, so that's easy, but you can just tear it, do the tear test. If you can tear it, it's a tearaway. If you can't tear it, it's a cutaway. They're more fibrous. The next one up here is, you can call it a fibrous wash away, dissolve. You can kind of see through it, and the best test is a little bit of water on the corner. If it becomes sticky and starts to dissolve, you know it's a water dissolvable one. We use that typically in baskets because you don't want to see any edges of your stabilizer when you're done. So when it's finished, you pull it out of the hoop, you cut it close to the edge, and then you use a little bit of water to dissolve that. We also do use that a lot in all of our tea towels because that is a wash away, and we hoop the tea towel generally, and so that's why you could use that. Now this is also a wash away, but it has a paper back, and the paper back allows you to hoop something that you need to stick. Then it has, for example, we use that on our napkins, our cutaway napkins. this cut work needs a good stable. This is a lot thicker stability than just your regular wash away. And you cut the paper side out and there's a sticky back to it. Then it allows you to place your project on that sticky. Once it's finished, you can wash the rest of the stabilizer out, and so it looks just like this. You can use that on these napkins. You can use it on tea towels if you'd like as well. You could also use the sticky back wash away on an apron, if you have an apron, because you don't want to see the stabilizer on the backs of those types of projects. The last stabilizer that we use a lot of, and believe it or not, we use it in this project as well as our tote bags, partly because this project here, after I used Cutaway, this one down here, to do the stippling, or not the stippling, the fringing, and made my main piece, I added these two sides, but then I wanted to add stippling to this project, and so I re-hooped it in a hoop just like this, and you put, and that's using this top stabilizer. This one was a Tearaway. You can also use a wash away sticky back, whichever you prefer. And you hoop it. This is kind of tricky because you hoop the ones with the paper side facing up, so it's slick. And once it's hooped, you score it with a pair of scissors. You don't want to go all the way through both layers, just a single layer. And then I scored this a little bit earlier. And you peel this off, and it exposes a sticky surface. The sticky surface, can be torn away on this project. It can be washed away if you use the wash away. Then I would take this pillow top and I stick it down, and I use my machine to stipple, and it will do the stippling for me on the pillow, and then I finish my pillow. And it gives it a nice stiff feel to the pillow, this Tearaway. Also, I was going to show you the way that we did this project right here is we used the Tearaway, and then when you're done with the project, you turn it in, or you turn it over, and you just simply tear out the pieces. If you're doing a lot of detail, a lot of small detail, I would not suggest the Tearaway. I would suggest the wash away. So this makes hooping a tea towel a tote bag a whole lot easier. I ironed and found the middle of my tote bag, and you use those crosshairs and you line them up on the top and the bottom of your hoop. And once you've done that, then your project will come out. I can do it really quickly on camera here. Then you stick it down and you put it in your machine, and then when you're finished doing your embroidery project, whatever design it is that you're putting on there, you just tear it away, and you can tear out the smaller pieces if you'd like. And that is a great, I use this all the time. It's a lot of fun. We use the wash away or the dissolve paper one a lot as well. So you don't have to go buy 30 different kinds of stabilizer. Find what you like, find what works for what kind of projects that you want to do. That is what I have recommended, but you are welcome. Please give us your feedback, your tips, what you've used and what you find works for certain projects, and share with us. We appreciate that, and thank you until next Tuesday. Bye-bye.